So the first thing that you need to understand when managing credit is the amount that you use, you must pay back. And I'm not talking about take your time. If you want to manage credit correctly, you want to build your credit score, you want to build your credit history, you want to build that credit line, you need to pay that card back in full each month. Now, how do you do this? From budgeting. We budgeted our expenses. So do not run wild now that you have this credit card with that credit limit of $300, $500, or $1,000. Do not run wild. Remember, this is not free money. Therefore, with the budgeting, you've already calculated your spending habits. Spend wisely, and the money that you spend from your credit card, pay it back in total each month. Do not miss a payment. The next thing you want to do, as far as the best ways to manage your credit, is to carry the smallest balance that you can, over into the next month. So I know I said before you want to pay it back in full. If you are able to, most definitely pay it back in full. If you are not able, you definitely want to pay as much as you can to carry the smallest balance over to the next month. Let's say, for instance, you spent $350 and you only had $275 on you at the time to pay that card back. You pay that $275. Like, don't even play around with it. Pay that $275. You carry the rest of that $75 over into the next month. But from your budgeting, you have to know at what point are you able to take care of the rest of this money that you left on this credit card. Because that money that you leave on that credit card is the amount that is being charged, that interest rate. Say it again. That amount that you leave on that credit card following into the next month is the amount that you will be charged interest on. And right now, we want to avoid interest at all costs because the interest is extra money that you did not budget for. Key for you guys is, since you have that money already accounted for, you can use your credit card to pay your bills. And the reason I say this is because you can earn cash back on money that you're already planning to spend. Let's say your credit limit is $500 and you have two bills, car insurance and your phone bill, that you can put together. You can add those two and they will equal maybe $400. Let's say that's about $400. So you can take your credit card and pay your phone bill and your insurance. Now you have earned cash back on those two items, and the money that you have in your bank, in your savings account, or not necessarily your savings, in your budget to take care of those bills, you can take that money and pay it to your credit card. Knock it right out. So that way your $400 is benefiting you as well. It's not only being used to pay those creditors, it's also being used to benefit you. Get you some cash back, get you some travel points, build in those categories, benefit yourself. It's a smart way to look at it. And once you're able to raise your credit limit, then you may be able to take care of all your bills using your credit card, having that money in the bank, in order to pay it back. Nice play, right? You'll earn you a quick $20, $30 cash back paying your own bills each month. Another key to understand when establishing credit is that there is something called inquiries on your credit history, on your credit report. And the reason I'm saying this is because one thing that people get caught up in doing is going to their favorite apparel store or their favorite shopping store, Walmart maybe even, is that people tend to apply for reward cards because that is what the cashier, the clerk, is pushing for. They're saying, hey, I see that you come here, or hey, maybe you shop here fairly often. What you could do is sign up for this awards card, and you will get 25% off today, or 10% off, or 15% off today on your purchase. And people are thinking, oh, I could get this percentage off. I could have a win-win. I could pay less for something I was about to pay for initially, and they apply for those store reward cards. Now, the thing about this, in most cases, is that these store reward cards can also be credit cards as well. That's what a lot of people don't know. It sounds very enticing, but that also can hinder or hurt your credit score. It can help as well by taking the right precaution and the right moves, or really knowing what it is that you are signing up for. If you are signing up for a store card, understand that if you get denied, it's still going to count as an inquiry on your credit report. So, too many inquiries, too many store reward cards that you apply for and you get or you do not get, it's still going to say, hey, you are pulling your credit history, and you don't want to pull your credit history too many times. That is a quick way to knock your credit score down quickly, easily. So do not get wrapped up in the percentages that they say are available if you sign up for this card. Do not jump into getting a store card if you don't intend on using or going to that store very often. You don't buy shoes every week, every month. There's no reason to have a credit card that's specific to this store, and it does nothing for you. Now, a way that it can be used, if you have already signed up for that store card or those store cards, just be mindful that there are 2 years that must pass by before that inquiry drops from your credit report. Now, if you are using or you are not using that store card, but it does give you a credit limit, a credit line, just maintain that line. Just hold on to that line and let that line add to your already established line of credit in order to boost your credit score. People do not tell you about this, but store cards can hurt you significantly